Welcome everybody, welcome goblins, and welcome all your viewers from all around the world. Absolutely fantastic show for you today. We're doing Ice Trolls. These are Reaper miniatures. These are quite old school now from Reaper. Let's get some focus in for you. Now today we'll be working on the skin, and we're going straight from the beginning to the end. I don't know if we'll get them finished today, but we can always carry on a Saturday show. Very simply, we have Frost Blue by MSP, so we've got our colour for the skin sorted. Now this is perfect for frost giants as well, so what I'm showing you today is a fantastic way to get your skin done for your minis, whether it's frost giants or ice trolls. This is a lovely blue. It's lovely to start off with. Lots of people in chat today. Let me say hello quickly because it's already scrolled up. Gerald, hello. Carlos, Scorpio, of course. Tommy's in the house. Baranto, Mighty Lancer Games, hello. Michelle, hello Michelle. Okay, I'm going to start painting then. What I've got today is we got a regiment brush by Army Painter, and of course, if you are a patron of mine, you get 10% off from Mighty Lancer Games on all their products, including these fantastic brushes that I use in all my shows. So what we're going to do is get the paint on to our trolls. Now the method is we get all the skin done first. So we're just painting the skin off, and then we can do all our dry brushing. And this troll is actually pooling. The trolls have been washed, but it's pooling. That's not good. This is the problem with the original bones. You need to wash your bones in warm soapy water before you paint on them, or they can start pooling. Now Claire saw me washing these earlier, so they have been washed. But for some reason this one is still pooling, so I'm going to put you there. I'm going to try a different one. There we are, this one's fine. Now the pooling you'll find on the bones miniatures is caused by the mould process. It leaves residue over the whole miniature, so that's why it's important to wash your bones miniatures in warm soapy water. This gets rid of all the residue from the miniature, and you won't get the pooling like it's been on that one. So looks like I'll have to do him again another time. So let's carry on and get the blue on these miniatures. Because we're doing the skin first, it doesn't matter if I go over all the wrong areas, if I go over the cloaks and the metal, because we'll be painting over them later. All we're trying to do is get that blue on the mini fast as possible, because it's supposed to be a speed painting show. Yes, you could. It doesn't matter if, as long as you give your minis a wash. It is very important, because not so much on the grey bones miniatures, but definitely on the white. I get really bad pooling of paint on the white bones miniatures, so they really do need a good wash before you head off and start painting your miniatures. I think it was Tim. Tim said about putting them all into a dishwasher or something. Lucky to have a dishwasher. Yeah, this blue is perfect for primer coat. We just go over the whole back. It's got quite a scaly back on these miniatures. but we can highlight all those little lumps and bumps on his back. I just want to get this blue on. These miniatures will be for my goblins on the Reaper Bones collectors tiers on my Patreon. So once these are all finished and all nicely painted up, these will be getting sent out in November with your Patreon packages. So you'll all be getting one of these ice trolls for you to add to your D&D or Pathfinder games. As you can see, I'm not bothered about making a mess because all I want to do is get that skin done, and we will be painting over all the other areas. So I'm getting all the skin ready. I can we got 2 layers of dry brushing to add over the skin, and then we can start adding the leather to the belt and the metal. So I'm just going over all the areas of flesh. Now you can use an airbrush. Airbrush would be a lot faster, but the reason I'm doing it with a brush is because I am trying to show you how to do it without an airbrush. There's not that many people out there own an airbrush, so I'm just trying to show you, basic painting on your miniatures, just using paint from the pot. But yes, an airbrush, you'd get these done in minutes, the primer coat. But as you can see, that's a beautiful start already just for the primer coat. Just make sure we haven't missed any parts, because we will be going over with our dry brush. There we are. See, no pulling at all on that one. Sneaky little troll started pulling on me. There we are. I'll give my brush a quick wash. Gorilla with a brush, where is he? I can't see him. Where's my gorilla with a brush? I saw a fantastic post on Twitter. I retweeted it, and it's got all Gorilla with a Brush's artwork. Absolutely fantastic it was. I put a little reply underneath saying Gorilla with a Brush is my favourite painter, and it's true. He's amazing, absolutely amazing guy, and an amazing painter. There he is. Bit of a boring session this time, watching me painting all this blue. I really should have sprayed it on, but like I say, I'm just trying to show everybody how quick and easy it is to paint these trolls. I'm getting to a nice little tabletop standard for you all. Ready for your games? Now this Saturday on the show, we got Muse's Touch joining me, and she's going to be chatting about her D&D games and her painting, and we're just going to generally hang out and paint some minis together and just talk goblin gossip, really. And I'm hoping to have lots more of my goblins on the show in the future, and just a little chat along and a paint along. And if you're a commission painter, or you're doing D&D articles like James, you're more than welcome to come on the show and have a chat with me while I'm painting, and you can sell yourself. Because that's what friends do. No, they don't sell themselves, but you know. Oh dear. Yeah. This is one of my favourite original Bones miniatures. It's a beautiful sculpt. Oh, my dog just attacked the doorman, frightened the life out of me. It's sculpted by, I think it's Ben Sainz. Ben Sainz sculpted this miniature for Reaper Miniatures. Another fantastic sculptor. Now, on my last show, we did a raid at the end of the show, and it worked really well. It was my first raid. So after today's show, I'm going to try and raid Zambies. I don't know if any of you follow Zambies. She's actually online now. I don't know if her stream will end before mine. I think she paints for quite a few hours. But what we'll do is I'll jump on to raiding her stream when we finish at 8 o'clock. If that's okay with everybody else. Oh, Zambies is fantastic. I've been watching quite a few of the Twitch channels now that I'm doing it myself. And she's funny, and she's a fantastic painter. And of course, she's also a sponsor like myself of Reaper Miniatures. So kind of makes sense to look after your friends. Okay. Well, the way things are going, we're only going to get the blue one, so I need to try and speed up a little bit here. The reason why I've got so many as well is if you're doing batch painting like this, it means your first one should be dry. So it means once I've got the blue on, these will all be dry, and then we can go back to the first one and continue dry brushing. So it may seem a little bit, oh, this is boring watching him paint blue, but it means the first troll will be dry by the time we get to the end, and that means we can just go around keep on a circle. And that's how you batch paint your minis. You just keep going around in rotation. It's very hot in the workshop today. This is the first day of the year. We've actually got the heating going. We've turned it off now. But yeah, today was the first day we got the old radiators back on proper. Both Claire and I were all quite cold today. There we are. That's another one. All blued up. Yeah. Hi, Renegade Shank. Hi Gareth. All these wonderful people coming in to support me and see what I'm up to. Love it. Thank you so much for coming in. I see my my followers is slowly creeping up as well. I mean, this will be my 5th week or 6th week actually on Twitch. I think for the amount of followers I've got in this short amount of time is absolutely incredible. It's not an easy game to get into, miniature painting, as a full-time job, that's for sure. And especially now with this the way the world is, more and more people will be trying it because it's going to be harder and harder to get work. I think this nasty virus and the way the world is, more and more people will be trying to work from home, and that makes sense. So the competition in streaming, making, doesn't matter what creativity you're doing, doesn't mean art or drawing, anything like that, there's going to be so many more people trying it to try and make a living, and it is very, very hard. I mean, I support everybody. I mean, lots of my goblins in chat, they've all got Twitch streams and YouTube channels. They're commission painters. So I never turn anybody away. I'll never try to jeopardize anybody else's work or be nasty because they're miniature painters. In fact, I embrace it all because the hobby is such a love of mine. It doesn't bother me in the least. And if you can make a living like I'm doing, then that's fantastic. But what I'm trying to say is, I think it will get harder in the future, because more and more people will be looking to try and work from home, because it's getting really scary out there. Thanks, Gareth. Gareth and Tim are two patrons. I don't think Tim's in chat actually, but Tim and Gareth, they are both doing my weekly goblin paint on my Patreon on Discord. And they've both reached Supreme Commander, which is the highest rank you can get to, being a miniature painter on my Discord channel and Patreon. And they've been sent, both of them have been sent my very, very limited edition Goblin King 3D printed sculpt. And they're having a painting face-off to see who becomes the Supreme Commander, because there can only be one Supreme Commander on my Discord. So they've both got one of these miniatures, and they're both at this minute working extremely hard to see who can make the best Goblin King miniature painted up. And what's going to happen then is all the patrons, all you goblins out there, will be able to vote on the winning miniature in a poll. Now, this is not a competition between the two. It's a very friendly competition because the fact that these two guys became Supreme Commander, this means they've painted like miniatures every single week for like nearly 2 years. I think it went on for. and they committed themselves to the Goblin paint for 2 years, and that itself is an amazing achievement. Anybody that does that is just aces in my book. So they're both winners, but this is just a bit of fun because I'm an evil king. So you both want to be Supreme Commanders? Fight it out. Hi Umbro, I hope you're well. It doesn't matter if you're late, Umbro, just turning up is amazing. Tommy the Herbalist is the highest rank. Oh. You know what's really crazy, right? Is I'm enjoying myself painting, but I want to talk to you all because it gets really funny in chat. But I can't because otherwise I won't get nothing done, of course. But I could probably spend an hour just like laughing at you all in chat. So has anybody started the diorama? I've the little competition I'm doing on Twitter to for the Halloween. You win a £50 gift voucher from either Mighty Lancer Games or Reaper Miniatures. It's your choice. Whoever enters the best Halloweeny, scary themed diorama or miniatures. It doesn't matter which miniatures you use, by the way. You can have them from all sorts of different companies, Mantic Games, WizKids. There's no preference on the miniatures. Just as long as it's a nice, creepy, Halloween-themed diorama. There's a first prize is £50. It's a gift voucher, of course. And then there's a second and third, and that will be a £10 gift voucher. And like I say, this competition is totally out of my pocket. This is me just being me. I probably give away more than I make after time. But it makes me happy doing things like that. It's got nothing to do with the money. It's me trying to. It makes me happy. There we are. Simple as that. It makes me happy doing these things and giving away stuff. You know. Maybe I'm just stupid, but I don't know. There we go. Hi Mokai. Now Mokai, I have to apologise to Mokai because she was in my she left a message in the Among Us channel on Discord and said, does anybody want to play Among Us? And I said yes, I would love to play, and I forgot all about it and missed. And I do apologise to Mokai for that. I didn't mean to miss the game. I just got carried away. Probably playing Conan. Sorry. Hello, Scottish Andy. Nice to see you. Hello. Awesome goblins, all of you. So what do you think of the stream so far? I know I'm still a newbie at it all, but I might as well ask you as you're all here. Are they okay? What I mean by that is, well, yeah, are they okay? Is there anything that you would prefer to be changed? Or, I mean, this is the time to ask me questions. I mean, I'm only human at the end of the day, so having feedback from you all is absolutely fantastic. Let me know what you like and what you want to see. And no, I'm not taking my top off, Tommy. Yes. Yeah. Too short? Do you all think my shows are too short? Look, you got 30 minutes left. Thank you, Double GM, and hello. I didn't see you in chat. Yes, an hour is perfect. I think. I mean, I've seen the shows that go on for 3 or 4 hours. If I can't watch a show myself for that long, I'm not going to put it. I'm not going to make you guys suffer a show that long. Goblin boxers. What was that? Goblin boxer shorts. Goblin boxer shorts, that'd be good actually. I would wear goblin boxer shorts. Kings. Whoa, I nearly said what Tommy was saying then. Well, la 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 la. Oh, he's a sneaky one, that one. Okay, the blues are coming on nicely now. I might have to touch them up a little bit because there has been quite a bit of pooling on these miniatures, even though I've washed them. So obviously I've done something wrong here with the washing. But like I told you before, it's really important to wash all your bones miniatures. It is a chore, it is a nightmare to actually wash all your bones miniatures, but it's very important if you're doing miniature painting. It really does help and stops you getting the pooling like I've had on some of these miniatures. But it's going on okay. All you have to do is, if it starts pooling, you just keep going over that same area with your brush, and what will happen is it'll come off and your paint will stick, and all you do is give your brush a wash, because what happens is all the residue will be on the end of your brush. So give your brush a wash, and then you can clean your brush and you'll start fresh. Oh, that's perfect. The Bull GM, yeah. I like a 1 hour show. I do like a 1 hour show, because I can get some miniatures done. I can get some basic painting done. I've even finished a few miniatures in the 1 hour that I have the show. But it is very draining for me, for myself. I mean, I get more tired playing D&D because our D&D games are 3 hours long, and the following day after a D&D game, I am mentally exhausted. I mean, maybe I'm just getting old, but does anyone else get really, really tired the following day after a D&D game? Carlos, shut up. Oh, talking of Dungeons and Dragons, Claire, am I allowed to say anything about anything, Claire, about the game I was talking to you about earlier on our walk with the doggy? Oh, that's a no then. That's a no. I've already told Shank. Shank knows. Yes, we'll. You can talk about all your D&D games on Saturday. Use this touch. That'd be awesome. Is anybody painting miniatures along with me tonight? Nath normally paints a couple of minis while my stream's on. Hello, Nath. If you've just joined the channel, or joined the stream, should I say, what I'm doing is ice trolls. I'm using Frost Blue by Reaper Miniatures by MSP Paints, and we're just going over the main primer colour. And it doesn't matter if we make a mess, because what's going to happen is we're going to get all the skin done first, because the troll is mainly all skin. So we're just adding this first coat to these seven wee trolls, and then we can do some highlighting. We'll be going over the troll skin twice with lighter shades of dry brushing, and then we can start on all the leather and the metal areas on the troll. So a very simple, easy paint. And great fun as well. And like I say, because we are doing all the skin first, it doesn't matter if we go over all the other areas of the miniature, like the rock and the loin cloth and everything else, because we are going to be painting over that anyway. So doing the skin first on this miniature works in our favour. Now these miniatures, I will be adding a base. These are a 2-inch base boss bases from Reaper Miniatures, and they fit absolutely perfect our little cave troll. And what we're going to be doing now, I'll be adding some PVA glue, and then we'll be going over with some little gravel, and each little ice troll will be getting a lovely snow base with some little rocks added, which is awesome. And I've just bust my Reaper. I just bust my. I just broke my Reaper bottle. Hulk power! Oh my God. Fix it. Yeah, you're okay. Okay, let's carry on with the troll. Sorry, is that a promise for later, my lovely? Oh. La 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 la. Oh, what's she like? I gave Claire a little present tonight. She didn't know I'd painted it for her, but Claire's favourite colour is purple. So I painted her up a little rocky dragon, one of the Reaper Miniatures Rocky Dragons, and I surprised it with her earlier. Oh, she had little tears in her eyes and everything. It was so sweet. I tell you something, I am blessed, absolutely blessed to have someone like Claire in my life. Finding a partner that has a passion for Dungeons and Dragons, miniature painting, and support me in every single thing I do. I mean, wow. I mean, if that's not love, then love doesn't exist. I mean, she is my anchor. She is everything to me, and she has supported me through my ups and downs, my anxiety, my depression. She is my guiding star, that's for sure. Absolutely love her to bits. There we are. Right then, last troll coming up. Yeah. Well, I mean, Claire's even started painting now. I mean, I got her all those. She's crazy on Harry Potter, and so I got all the Harry Potter miniatures from Mighty Lancer Games. I think Mighty Lancer Games has the whole selection of them. They are quite expensive, these Harry Potter miniatures, but they are resin, and they are super high detailed. Very exciting miniatures. Okay, we nearly got all the blue on. This is almost the last one. Let's move these across. They are drying up nicely, so we can move on to the next stage, which is great. And this one's pooling as well. So I got two miniatures here that have let me down because they're pooling too much. They'll need to get re-washed. So I am going to put them over there because you're going over there because I'm ashamed of you. You stay there. Nasty. It's my own fault. My own fault. I should have washed them more. They're naughty trolls. Naughty trolls. They belong in the naughty bin. Naughty bin. Alright, let me just double check these ones. There we go. I just want to make sure it's got an even coat of blue over the miniature ready for the dry brushing stage. Yeah, that's fine. Fine. That's good. You're good. You're good to go. What about you? What about you, mister? Yep. You're cool. You. A tiny bit there on the top of the head I missed. Beautiful. It's such a lovely blue. That is a beautiful blue. Look at that. It's perfect for a nice troll. It's nice. It's light. I mean, all we're going to do now is going to add some white to our palette, and we're just going to lighten it up a bit, and then we're going to go over with a couple more dry brushes over the chest and everywhere else, just to highlight the muscles on this miniature. Good, you're good. This is the Frost Blue, Gareth. This is MSP Frost Blue. Absolutely beautiful. Right then, all I'm going to do now, I'm moving into the big boy brushes. Tommy will know what I'm talking about when it comes to big boy brushes. He likes using garden fence brushes for his miniatures. So all we're going to do is, we've got some Dragon White by MSP. I'm going to give that a little mix on my Vortexer. Oh, Girl Over Brushes wrote us a story. Oh, are you talking Hero Quest? Oh, you're talking Hero Quest? Yes, I got the original. I think you're talking. Oh, yes, you are talking Hero Quest. I got the original Hero Quest board game. Absolutely awesome. And yes, I am getting the new Hero Quest. It's just me. I can't resist. Have to get. But I think most of us. A lot of us, especially from the 80s, late 80s, really started painting fantasy, and Hero Quest was what started it for us. Hero Quest and Space Crusade, two absolutely to die for games. I mean, I remember having Space Crusade on the Amiga 500. If anybody knows what computer that is, then it proves you're my age. Okay, let's carry on. Now, all I'm doing is that same blue on my palette there, and I'm taking that blue and going straight into my tissue. And I'm just going to add a little dab of white and mix that in, make it into a lighter shade. Fast and simple. And all we're going to do is go straight over the whole of the body, just to highlight all the muscles. Very simple. And it's instant awesomeness. Absolutely love it. Now, because we've done the skin first, we can blast over this. Look at that. Absolutely wonderful. I nearly said an F word there. Oh dear me. Calm it. Yeah. I get excited about my miniature painting, so I have to calm down. Now here we are on the back, again going over all those areas, and just having that lighter shade will pick out all the skin perfectly well. There we are. Absolutely beautiful. So this will be the first dry brush on the skin, just going over the areas with our large brush. And remember, once this is all dried properly, it will all blend in even better. Yes. You see the difference? You got the. You see the difference totally just doing that on the skin. And what we'll do now is that we'll do the rest of these ones, and then we'll go back and carry on with our skin tones. So we're going to do the same on all these 5 now, because we've got 2 naughty trolls sulking in the corner. And we're going to add some blue again, some white. Just get the same consistency as we had before, and then just blast it over our troll. Just going to all the muscles, around the face, all over the blue areas and the highest areas. So that light blue behind is showing, but we've got an even lighter blue on top, which is causing a shade. And that's all we need to do for that first dry brush. Wow, the hour's going fast today. It's been a fast show. Yes, HeroQuest is still going to be. There's going to be people who want to play the game. People will buy it for nostalgia reasons, probably like myself. But there will be. I had a big kind of argument, not an argument. I had a rant on my last show because I'm from the UK, of course, in Scotland, and they aren't posting over here. Thankfully, one of my fantastic goblins is going to post me it from the USA. But my point is, for such a big company like Hasbro to actually not have that set come over and be available for the EU and the UK, I think is awful, and I don't understand why they needed the crowd funding, not the crowdfunding, for such a big company. I'm sure there's reasons, but I don't understand them myself. Hasbro has been around for years and years and years. You couldn't ask for a bigger company when it comes down to toys. So it doesn't make sense to me why they did that. Maybe I'm just silly, but I don't think it's fair, especially for people like Mighty Lancer Games who make their living through selling games. I mean, Mighty Lancer Games, I know for a fact they would have sold every single copy. They could have had 200, 300, 400 copies of that HeroQuest, and it'll sell, no doubt about it. I know that for a fact. But now they have to wait, and of course a lot of people will buy that game through the crowdfunding, which doesn't help people like Mighty Lancer Games with a small business. So that, to me, is not very nice. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, I support the smaller companies. I mean, I'm sponsored by Reaper Miniatures. I'm supported by WizKids Games. I've also been sponsored by Hero Forge Miniatures, and a few other smaller companies. Anor Miniatures as well, they sponsor me. But I really like looking after the smaller companies, and again, shops like Mighty Lancer Games, they're a family-run business, so you gotta look after your friends. Mighty Lancer Games aren't a $1 million company. They're just a family trying to run a games shop. So my support to them is as much as possible, because these are the small shops that we need in the UK to get all our goodies from. Thank you, Mighty Lancer Games. We love you too. Yeah, these big companies, it's crazy stuff. I mean, I'm going to stop talking about it now because I'll go off on a big rant and no, I'm a good boy. It's a tough one, Tommy. I mean, HeroQuest back in its day was an amazing game. I mean, I had it for as a Christmas gift, and it was absolutely fantastic. But this is back in the 80s. I mean, again, I think Scottish Andy and a few others have talked to me in Discord, and said, you know, people changed, games have changed. They're not the same. They're more involved now. They're more technical. They're more advanced. Hero Quest is a game for, I would call, beginners to get into board games. So for me, it's fantastic. I love that type of thing. And if a game is simple enough and playable, then that makes it really cool. And then Hero Quest, you know, you've got all your goblins and zombies and demons. So you've got all your classic characters there as well. But it still is quite expensive. Okay, I'm going to do the last dry brush on these miniatures, and all we're doing is adding a little bit more. Okay. My phone has decided to start talking to me. Fighting the life out of me. One second. My phone has turned on to some weird... I've just shutting my phone down. For some reason, I must have said something that triggered off that silly woman that talks back at you. I can't remember the name of that. Sorry, reading chat. Gorilla with a brush, he does make it interesting. There's a woman under my desk. I should be so lucky. Okay, let's get this last one done. Okay, a little bit of white. You can tell it's getting towards the end of the show. Oh my goodness me. Who needs to drink when you got a madman painting? Okay, last one. Let's get these done before we finish the show. The last dry brushing. Right. So our first initial dry brush has now dried and it's starting to really show off the highlights. But what we're going to do now is I'm going back into that blue and I'm adding more white, so it's a bit more stronger with the white than the last one we done. Nothing major, but just enough. And this time it would be a lighter little flick over those muscles. And this would be just enough to finish that skin off to a standard that I'm happy with. And because it's an ice troll, going lighter with this white, and again you can use this for your frost giants, it makes it look nice and cold. It gives it a real cold feel to that skin just by adding lighter highlights on with the white. And you can do more and more on top of this, but 2 or 3 is perfect just to get to a tabletop standard ready. And it picks out all the details nicely. There we are. That's lovely. I'm happy with that. That's nice. That's a nice looking skin tone for this miniature. Yeah, Andy. So, I know I'm using a huge brush, but as you can see, because we're doing the skin tones, it doesn't matter that I'm using a large brush. It doesn't matter I'm going over these white areas. because we're going to paint over all that. Our main objective here is to get our main initial skin tones done on this troll. And that just works perfectly. So this little hour session has been very productive. We've got all the skin done on 5 trolls. What will happen is I will... Now, the next show is on Saturday, but I have got a guest on the show, so I probably won't be able to carry on with these trolls on the show because you won't be able to see what I'm doing, because Muse's Touch will be on the screen with me. So maybe I will leave these trolls and we'll come back to these trolls on the following Thursday. What do you think? Would you be happy to see me finishing these off on the following Thursday? Because all we got to do is the browns, and I'll be doing the snow bases and stuff. Cool. Good. That's what we'll do then. On the next show, the next Reaper show will be on Saturday, and that's with Muse's Touch. But we'll carry on with our trolls on the Thursday, next week Thursday, because on the Sunday and Tuesday, of course, is my WizKids streams. But there we are. That's how simple and easy it is to do a nice basic little skin tone for your ice trolls. And once you've got all that base added and the snow, and you've painted in all the little silver and added the eyes and the teeth, this just becomes such an amazing miniature for your tabletop. It's really, really fast, simple paint, and it really shows you what you can do with minimal effort to make a really outstanding miniature for your tabletop games. I mean, as you can see, I'm just powering through these now. I always go extra slow to show you guys what I'm doing. And that's it. And you've got all the highlights all over the miniature, and especially on the chest muscles. Chest muscles around the face, they really work very well with the highlights. So there we are. That's so far. I'm going to end the stream there, but what I'm going to do is we're going to raid zombies if it's possible. So are you all ready to raid somebody? Get all your raiding things ready. I don't know how you do it all. Okay. So it's /. I'll say goodnight to everybody first. Loads and loads of love to all of you. Please stay safe. I know this virus is coming back in force, and it is very scary. But all my love to every single one of you, and please be careful out there, okay?